Final segment with John Kovacs, candidate for Congress in Nevada's 3rd Congressional District. John, I know one of the things that has been very much at the center of your campaign is election integrity. Can you talk a little bit? I know you're coming out with something tomorrow. Maybe you can give us a sneak peek of what to expect on your website tomorrow. Can you talk a little bit about voter integrity and why it's so vitally important?
Absolutely. During the 2020 election, everybody saw the calamity that happened, and especially with the universal mail-in balloting, ballot harvesting. I'm talking about Nevada, but again, in every state, a lot of the balloting initiatives or traditional balloting, as we had become known to vote, were all cast aside because of COVID-19. A new set of rules were implemented, a new way of doing things, and it really led to what people saw with their own eyes, quite frankly, on TV and everywhere else, was a breakdown and a lack of confidence and a lack of credibility in our voting. So just going with the universe, sending ballots to everybody, one address with multiple last names, all getting different ballots. I mean, but yet the one address only can have one person in it, but they're not purging the voting rolls or anything like that. So, in effect, you get one guy, he gets 7 ballots, and it's what is he on his honor system? He's only going to do the one do the one that's labeled to him and not do the others. And I mean, we saw that wasn't really quite the case. And then there was no chain of custody. The thing, that the ballots would get mailed back. Nobody was checking signatures. And then all of a sudden, right away, they would get removed. The ballots would get removed from the envelopes. The envelopes would get cast aside, never to be found, and all you had was a marked ballot. In some districts, some precincts rather, you had more people voting than you had registered voters. So it led to a lot of people questioned and it led to a lot of disgust. And we were getting all kinds of people were voicing their concern. Hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to protect our vote? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And then we came up and said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something about this. We came up with the Election Integrity Center on our website. And what that does is a couple things. Those people that you saw wheeling out those ballots, because they're going to do universal mail-in balloting during the primary and also during the general election. But you could be those people. You could be one of those people on that floor. Go to our Election Integrity Center. You could. There's an application. You could be on the mail counting board, and you fill out the application, and then you could be that person on the floor. You don't have to be watching it from the TV saying, I know that person. So you could be that guy or that woman. And poll worker application, it's on there. You could be that. And then in addition to that, we have all kinds of information that you need to know about the Nevada election laws. Nevada election law provisions, adopt a poll, mail-in ballot request form, and then you have a couple other things that really, the RNC, the Republican National Committee election, put into an agreement with the Democrats in 1982, and it lasted for 40 years, and that kind of stymied our ability to kind of really watch what the Democrats were doing, because what they did to kind of tilt the playing field in their favor wasn't done all at once. It was done incrementally, and the Republicans had no really. They were barred by a consent decree, which, by the way, is no longer no longer in effect. So now we have a chance to kind of correct some of those things, but we definitely need the help of the general public, because a candidate can't be on the counting board. I can't be on the floor counting the ballots, but we need the general public, who are concerned citizens, who said, I don't want my election getting stolen. I'm going to go to the Election Integrity Center. It's a gold button. Press the gold button. That's the application. Then you want to be a poll worker, and they're paying almost $200 a day. So you could be a poll worker, and you press the button, get the application, and you get the job. Before you know it, you're part of the process. You're not sitting on the outside looking in. Now you become part of the process. And the other thing we're giving you all different types of mail-in and voting information, like when it goes out, when the military ballots are sent out, when the out-of-state ballots are sent out, in-state ballots are sent out, when the return ballots have to become, when the ballots have to be returned and postmark dated. So all these dates and all these different, way more information than you ever did. And you'll be able to now empower yourself and make sure that your vote and the vote of other people are not disenfranchised by people who, quite frankly, maybe shouldn't be voting.
And that'll all be up on the website by Friday?
All up on the website by Friday. In fact, we have Election Integrity Center. You go to my website, kovacsforcongress.com. Should be a little button, and it goes there. We hope to Friday, Monday, something like that. It'll be up there because I'm actually looking at the webpage as I speak to you, and it's all right there. Like I said, we've put a lot of time, we put a lot of effort into it because we know this is something that the voters wanted, and I mean it's just something that we felt very strongly about, and we heard the voters and we responded. And you're going to find out that this is going to be a tremendous asset in this upcoming 2022 election cycle.